Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. Now, first on this program, before I get into our topic, I want to thank several YouTubers who brought to my attention some 444 facts about the Super Bowl. As you know, I predict ahead of time that the Super Bowl could very well be prophetic from the Lord's point of view. That is, that he was going to warn America about our demise. Because 444 is an end times number. It signifies the end, particularly of Barack Obama and the United States. Now, these YouTubers pointed out to me, for example, that the final score of 31-17 adds up to 444. That's because 3 plus 1 equals 4, and 7 plus 1 equals 8. They also pointed out to me that the outcome of the game was decided in the fourth quarter at the 44-second mark. And this was very prominently displayed on the scoreboard. The topic for this program will be the amazing biblical numerology in Daniel chapter number 4, which is similar to his chapter number 11, and how it prophesies the downfall of President Obama and the United States of America. Now, on previous programs, I have pointed out that Barack Obama's number is 444 because he was elected on the 4th of November and he is our 44th president. He is also 444 in Bible prophecy. And in chapter number 11, the verses are arranged in a 444 plus 666 plus 555 sequence. And it's interesting to note that in Daniel chapter number 4, the exact same sequence is found. Now, as I said, in chapter number 11, Daniel expresses his 444 in the verse sequence. But here in chapter number 4, he expresses that number through objects or through actions. And the first of these is verse number 3. How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. Very clearly, there are 4 objects referred to in this passage. 4 verses later, we find 4 more items. Then came in the magicians, number 1, the astrologers, number 2, the Chaldeans, number 3, and the soothsayers, number 4. And now moving on to verse number 11. The tree grew, number 2, it was strong. The height, number 3, thereof reached unto heaven, and the sight, number 4, thereof reached to the end of all the earth. Now, the great prophet Daniel has been studied for 2,500 years. Why has no one understood this numerical sequence before? Very simple. Because it was not necessary for us to understand the symbolism. In other words, Barack Obama was not president of the United States. Now is the time we must understand what Daniel's warning is to Barack Obama and to America. Unfortunately, for Barack Obama, the number 444 is followed by the number 666, which means that the Antichrist, or the forces of the Antichrist, will defeat Barack Obama. Let's look at verse number 12. The leaves thereof were fair, number 1, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all, number 3. All the beasts of the field, number 4, had shadow under it, and the fowls of the heaven dwelt in the boughs thereof, and all flesh was fed of it. Now in verse number 14, we find 6 more actions. He cried aloud, and that's the angel, and he said thus, hew down the tree, number 1, cut off its branches, number 2, shake off its leaves, number 3, scatter his fruit, number 4, let the beasts get away from under it, number 5, and the fowls from his branches. And now in verse number 15, nevertheless leave the stump of the roots in the earth, number 1, bound with a band of iron, number 2, and of brass, number 3, in the tender grass of the field, number 4, let it be wet, number 5, with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beasts, number 6, in the grass of the earth. However, God will not leave us orphans during the terrible 7 years of tribulation. because the number 666 will be defeated by the number 555. In verse number 20, the tree which you saw, number 1, which grew, number 2, and was strong, number 3, and whose height, number 4, reached unto heaven, and the sight thereof reached unto earth, number 5. So following verse number 20 and verse number 21, we find 5 more items whose leaves were fair, number 1, and the fruit thereof much, number 2, and in it was meat, number 3, for all, under which the beasts, number 4, of the field dwelt, and upon whose branches the fowls of the heaven had their habitation, number 5. Now here's what's really amazing. The last verse in this 555 sequence, that is number 23, contains 10 items. And whereas the king saw a watcher, number 1, and a holy one coming down from heaven, saying, hew the tree down, number 2, and destroy it, number 3, yet leave the stump, number 4, of the roots thereof in the earth, bound with a band of iron, number 5, and brass, number 6, in the tender grass of the field, number 7, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, number 8, and let his portion be with the beasts of the field, number 9, till 7 times pass over him, number 10. So why should there be 10 items in this last section? And this goes back to the fact that Pope John Paul II added a 4th set of mysteries to the Rosary. So actually we see that there are 4 5s during the tribulation because they represent the 4 mysteries of the Rosary. Now none of this numerology is accidental. As you know, according to my claims, most of the raptured will be Protestants. So this message is for you Catholics who will be left behind and who will fight the Antichrist during the 7 years of tribulation. You must understand that Daniel, 2,500 years ago, was telling you that 444, that is Barack Obama and the United States, will be defeated by the forces of evil, that is 666. But the solution is Mary's Rosary, 555. Now in the last sequence, Daniel sort of throws us a curve because he gives us a 7-6-5 sequence. I believe the reason he does this is to prove that the previous sequences were not accidental. Let's see what he says here. Verse number 25, and they shall drive you from men, and your dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make you eat grass as an oxen, and they shall wet you with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over you, till you know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men, and gives it to whomsoever he wills. Verse number 32, and they shall drive you from men, number 1, and your dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, number 2. They shall make you eat grass, number 3, and 7 times shall pass over you, number 4, till you know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men, number 5, and he gives it to whomsoever he will. So here we find 6 different items. Now Daniel completes this sequence with 5 items. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, number 1, and did eat grass as oxen, number 2, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, number 3, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, number 4, and his nails like bird's claws, number 5. Now in verse number 36, Daniel introduces a brand new number, the number 8. At the same time my reason returned to me, number 1, and for the glory of my kingdom, number 2, mine honor, number 3, and my brightness, number 4, returned unto me, and my counselors, number 5, and my lords, number 6, sought unto me, and I was established in my kingdom, number 7, and excellent majesty was added unto me, number 8. The reason there are 8 items in verse number 36, because it symbolizes new beginnings. And it indicates a new beginning for King Nebuchadnezzar after he had gone insane for 7 years. Now this has just been a cursory examination of the holy numerology in Daniel chapter number 4. In the second part of this series, I will look at the meaning of this dream, especially as it relates to the downfall of Barack Obama and the United States. And if you would like more information or a free copy of my book, Revelation Unraveled, simply write to the address you see on your screen.